We understand that there has been a plane crash on the southern tip of Manhattan. You're looking at the World Trade Center. We understand that a plane has crashed into the World Trade Center. We don't know anything more than that.
I remember 9/11 vividly.
All of a sudden the ground shook and it was like a big explosion up in the sky. At first I thought it was an earthquake.
It was a horrific scene. I had already been a police officer since 1985, but there wasn't a lot in policing that prepared you for the scope of what was occurring that day.
It was a gorgeous fall. Then you felt kind of like just a climate change.
You gotta get off here. Keep going, all right? Get out!
As I was listening to the radio in real time, the announcer said that the tower collapsed. That's when I knew. I knew there was some injuries and perhaps death before, but when the tower collapsed, my heart collapsed because I knew our people, our first responders, were in there.
Smitty! You got Stu with you?
You see people falling, taking their own lives, and that was devastating to me. But I wanted to get there to help them out. I wanted to get there to help evacuate.
Folks were going into NYU, which is adjacent to Bellevue, just confused, just dazed about what was going on and how can we find our loved ones.
I'm saying to myself, there's no way, you're a Marine, there's no way that I'm gonna die on my knees like this. I jumped to my feet and I'm in an all-out sprint running through the ash.
We finally got onto the pile and our job was to dig. You know, we were looking for survivors. We were praying that people were still alive.
Immediately, I threw off my brace and all of us ran immediately down the hill to the Pentagon. When we arrived, there were people coming out and screaming and all different injuries. And at that point, we just immediately started separating them and assessing them on their injuries.
You had our first responders who were running in the opposite direction, telling me not to go further. You know, we're evacuating, come with me. And I remember telling them, I'm a Marine, we don't go backwards, we go forward.
I think one of the biggest things that I've always take back is the human spirit. Not only us as Marines, but I mean everyone. I think everyone collectively came together.
When you're watching from afar, not much you can do, but it was amazing immediately after.
The support that we found down there, people coming down and volunteering, it was overwhelming.
The morning of September 12th, your neighbors became your brothers and sisters. Everyone took an American flag and put it outside their porch, their stoop, their apartment complexes. They put the American flag.
Folks joined the military, the United States Marine Corps, after that day. They were working the pile and they just said, you know what? Either I'm going to re-enlist Marines that were already there or I'm going to join. And a lot of folks did that.
The Marines in my unit, Marines everywhere, they live to rise to challenges and to try and address problems. And that's one of the things that, frankly, is still the consistency in the Marine Corps.
The Medal of Honor is not mine. It never has been, and it never will be an individual award or recognition. But it represents the Marines that had their boots in the ground in Afghanistan with me.
9/11 wasn't 100 years ago. For so many, it feels like it was yesterday. We need to keep those memories alive. We need to keep that day alive. There was so much tragedy, but there were so many men and women who acted unordinary on that day, which made a difference to so many.